Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the UK singer called RAYE and her debut album called My 21st Century Blues. So when it comes to this person, the lights, there we go. When it comes to this person, I love her. I think she's so amazing. I think she's vocally talented. I think she's lyrically talented. I think she's everything. I really love her. And I have way more, I have way more respect for her and love for her after this album. I love this album. I came across her back in 2016 when Jax Jones, he's a DJ that did a song called You Don't Know Me. She was part of it, and I was like, okay, I like this. I wonder who she is. And then I kind of got into her more, and I liked her singles. I even got into her EP. That was the euphoric sad songs. I really, really loved it. And so it was one of the things I was like, okay, I really like this. I'm going to keep following her. So I followed each single. And now this album's here. And I got to know her more. I get to know her more. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's something that I did not know I was going to get to do, but I'm happy I do. I get to. So this album is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. It definitely has some things about it that feels autobiographic. It feels like this is something that's based off of what she's been through, and she does not hold back. And I love the pieces of what she breaks down exactly what it feels like in her shoes in these situations that you can literally feel. Like, I feel like it's very relatable. It's very in that space where you can understand that she goes in so much detail that if you have experienced it yourself, you definitely know. And it feels like at the same time, and it gives you this it gives you this great encouragement to kind of find your way back to yourself and find your way back to your self-worth and reminding you who you are. And I think this album does a great job doing that. Starts off in the beginning with an intro so formal of just like, welcome to my album. This has been a while of making this, so here it is. I'm very happy you're here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And literally it goes into a full-on it's a very theatrical album. Goes into Oscar-winning Tears. Such a great song. It's very cinematic. It's very it feels like you watching it on the silver screen. They're pretty much talking about the idea of a man who put her through hell, and then after the fact pretty much just cried about it. Just like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And she's like, no, I don't have time for this. Like, you can cry whatever you want. The fact is that you did do that. You don't get to cry. You don't get to cry about that, you know? But yeah, it's a great great song with a nice bite to it. Just to remind us, just like this has happened to me, but I am not a victim towards this, and I'm coming after you, and I'm definitely not full up with any bullshit. And I love that. Going into Hard Out Here, it was actually the first song I heard to this album. This one talks about bouncing back from just being mistreated, abused, silenced, just bouncing right back. And just like, she's like, I've been through this. You don't know what it's like to be in this situation, but you know what? Even with all of that, I bounce back. I always bounce back, kind of thing. And I love the part where she says, no weapons formed against me shall ever prosper, baby, I bounce back. I love that. I think it's a Bible verse, but I love that. Using it into that's great. Going into Black Mascara, this one is a very fun dancey song, but it also points out it's like dance sad. It's that kind of, I like to call it the semi-charmed life effect, where it's just like, it's so happy production, but you want to hear what the lyrics is about, kind of thing. I feel like that's what it goes for, and I love it. It's an idea of, well, she said it's the sonic medicine to her, easing her pain from that hard time in her life of where this person has affected her and has abused her in a space where she's pointing, and I love the idea that she flips over that done to me. She's like, look what you done to me. But at the same time, she were done to me, you're done to me, you're done. And it kind of flips over with the like saying that as well as look at what you done to me, but you're done to me kind of thing. And I love that. I think that's really good wordplay, good lyrics too. Escapism is the next song that I really, really like. I think this one talks about the idea of just diving deep into the escaping yourself from the, or finding anything to escape yourself from this, to ease the pain and escape yourself into this place where it doesn't happen, where she can get away from it, because once she's done with that, it comes right back. And I think that's the situation this is like escapism, but very temporary. So yeah, I really liked it. I like the part where she says, now it's back to the intro, back to the bar, back to the Bentley, back to the hotel, or to my old ways. Because I don't want to feel what I did last night. It's just like, wow. And it does, like, it's just very relatable. Going into the next one is Mary Jane. This one keeps on going with that theme of just like, this is toxic. I know this is a toxic behavior of what I'm doing, but I need to escape. I need to escape from this feeling. It's too much to handle. And this one has a nice little lazy production to it, kind of giving you that kind of thing, like you are in a haze, like you are smoking, or you are feeling that feeling of release from the drug. It's an ode to drugs. And I love the part that she says, you hold me better than any man did. No one's done it like you since codeine. So she touches on just each lyrics. Each verse is talking about a different drug that helped her cope through a situation. And some of them are like cannabis, and some of them are like codeine, and some of them are like dark or heavier drugs. And it's just like, it's that space of just like, she just wants to escape. Going into The Thrill Is Gone, we get a little bit of a break, and we get to talk about the idea of a spark dying from a relationship. And so she just realizing that the thrill is gone. And I feel like it's a nice little break song, honestly. It's not as dark. It's not a happy song, but it's a break song from the deeper dark ones, because we go right back into it. And now we're talking about a producer who sexually abused her from Ice Cream Man. And it's such a interesting metaphor to do that, because it is a kind of thing that you kind of think of, especially with a lot of like parents always tell you, like, the epitome of stranger danger is sometimes the ice cream man that looks like he's gonna pretty much just some child molester kind of direction. And I think that that's such an interesting, it's a very, very deep but great metaphor to how this has made her feel and how this person had made her feel. Just like, you come in with all these treats, you have, when I see ice cream, of course, kids love ice cream. I love ice cream. And you get excited. So he's like, I got this deal for you. We're going to make so much music, but do something for me. And maybe you'll get this kind of thing. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. Going into Flip a Switch, I love this song. She is done officially with all these assholes. And she's just like, no longer taking this shit. I'm going to try to tell myself that, no, I'm not going to take this. So any guy coming to me that's giving me shit, they're off my list. They're gone. There's no second chances. There's no anything. Like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my own shit, and I'm not tolerating anything anymore. Love it. Great song to listen to when you're just fed up. Body Dysmorphia. This one talks about, pretty straightforward, talks about the idea of battling with self-love and battling with her body and how she looks physically and how she wants to, as she said, I want to cut pieces off, and very relatable to that space. I love that she touches on that. And then we go into environmental anxiety, talks about the feeling helplessness towards any change towards the environment and the climate crisis. And I think it's two songs that give you kind of a break from the darkness, but also gives you more. Actually, not really. It just gives you more angles of what she's been through and what she feels and how she's feeling. 5-Star Hotel featuring Mahalia. This one is really, really good. It's very sexy. It's very I should say there's not really much. It's really saying anything too much about anything, but it's really, really sexy. It's a sexy song. That's what it's meant for. And I really liked it. Going into Worth It. I love Worth It. The fact that it was recorded with live instruments It's so great. This is actually an actual happy song, the happiest song off this album, talking about the idea of how her love could be worth it for the love interest. And it's so beautiful. It's a song, the instruments just sway right in. It's so nice. Bust It Down is a gospel piano-led sexy song, just a confident song about her, just like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna love my body, and I'm gonna love who I am. I'm gonna go out tonight, have a great time. I'm gonna show off who I am, and I love it. I love the fact it's like gospel, but it's you can low-key kind of twerk to it. Like, I can I can twerk to it. I can definitely twerk to this. But going to the last song is Finn. This one talks about the idea that it's been 7 years in the making of this album. And it's so a nice little formal ending to it. I love it. I think it makes me like the album more. It's like, oh, thank you for. It feels like she's talking to us. She is, but I love that. 10 out of this for this album. It's a great album. Get into it if you like. If you haven't heard of her, get into it. It's really great. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.